Alright guys, Google 8 Pro. We got an unboxing from ETA Prime, so let's check it out guys. Google 8. I was actually trying to get like a Google 7. Like I was saving up for a Google 7. I'll talk more about why I don't have that much money to save up for it now, but maybe I'll get the Google 8 instead. Maybe we'll just save it. Like I really need a good like phone for TikTok and stuff, guys.
Hey, what's going on everybody? It's ETA Prime back here again. Today we're going to be taking a look at the all-new Pixel 8 Pro from Google. And before we get started, I do want to mention that Google did send this over for review. I'm not being
Damn, bro, Google sent me a phone as well, man. Google, hook me up, yo. Google, I could do a review. I could do a review, Google. Legit. Oh man, legit, bro. I just want a top of the line phone. But look, oh my gosh, guys, the packaging on this phone is just amazing, bro. Look at it, bro. He puts a green plant right there. Or whatever reason, but that's fine. Let's check it out, guys.
paid to make this video. All opinions are my own, and they're not going to be reviewing this video before it goes live. And I'll tell you, I've been really excited about the release of the Pixel 8 because I'm a big Pixel fan. These are some of my favorite Android.
He had to give a disclaimer, guys. I mean, I would as well. Again, my videos are a different format than his. I'm pretty sure they want it. Like this guy. This guy doesn't do reactions, man. But yeah, I would be down to make a Pixel review. But I wouldn't be able to make the best video. I don't think they'd want to sponsor me. Maybe, I don't know.
Android handsets, and my go-to right now, my main
I'm just happy we got the strikes removed, man.
everyday Android handset is a Pixel 7 Pro. Hasn't let me down yet, and you know, I wouldn't need to upgrade this year, but we've got the 8 in front of us, so we might as well go ahead and take a look at it. And of course, with all of these new releases, every year, a lot of these manufacturers put out a new device. We're going to get better CPU, better display, and a better camera. And on paper, the 8 Pro definitely looks like a nice upgrade. Now, since this is a review unit from Google, we do have special packaging here, which looks really awesome. An acrylic case and a really nice box with a huge 8 on it. They did a bang-up job putting this thing together for reviewers.
No, us consumers can't get this special case. And Google, I will work as hard as I can to get special stuff sent from Google to me, guys. Like, if you guys don't know, Google owns YouTube, so it's like, that's like my employer, man. Like,
and I believe the Pixel Watch 2 is also in here. Yep, there we go. And they sent
double
the
whammy.
blue version over.
Double
and
whammy.
that's the one I probably would have chose from their website anyway.
Oh my goodness, bro. It looks amazing. Guys. Watch as well. The watch is like as much as a phone.
This thing looks great. They've introduced some new colors here for their watches and their new phones. But I think this blue version looks great. And the first thing I'm noticing here is the huge camera sensor. You might be able to see it right there in the camera bar. We've got one 50 megapixel wide camera, one 48 megapixel.
My phone kind of does the same as well. But no, I don't have a giant camera lens on my phone. My phone is a very cheap phone, guys.
Ultra wide camera and 148 megapixel
I recently saw a video on TikTok where somebody was playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on their on the watch, guys. Like that thing has some processing power, man.
Photo camera. Another huge upgrade here to the camera system in the 8 Pro is actually software. We have Pro controls in camera and video mode. There are 1,000 different videos online of the new Pixel 8 Pro camera versus something like the Apple iPhone 15. If you're interested in checking that out, you can do a quick search. But in this video, I'm really interested in the performance that this thing's putting out because we've got an all-new 9-core CPU. This is the Tensor G3.
9-core.
And they've been using the Tensor G2 since the launch of the Pixel 7.
9-core, guys. We've been on 8-core. We've been stuck on 8 cores for a while in phones. Let's be real here, guys. We got 9 cores on this one. Not bad. Once we get to like, you know, once we're putting like you know, we've always been doubling the core count, so hey, we can get like you know, double it again, bro. That'd be amazing, man. Which I'm sure will happen.
So we had it in the Pixel 7 Pro, the Pixel 7a, and even the Pixel Fold was using the G2. So seeing a brand new Google developed SoC is definitely welcomed here with the 8 Pro. I also wanted to take a quick look at the new Pixel Watch 2, and I'm not a huge fan of these smartwatches. I would rather have a Casio calculator watch, but even with the original Pixel Watch, I did try it out for a little while. One of the things that kind of turns me off is just battery life. Now with this one, they're promising 24 hours of battery life on a single charge. It's got a beautiful little AMOLED display, 320 pixels per inch, and a maximum brightness up to 1,000 nits.
Yeah, I like the watch, but I also kind of think they're a little bit unnecessary. But then again, what else is gonna take your vitals? Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
I'll definitely need to spend a little time with this one, but I did install a watch face. This would kind of draw me to want to wear one of these. Got the Pip-Boy installed. I think it looks really good, so I might try this out. If anybody's interested in an in-depth review, let me know in the comments below. So far, I've been messing around with the 8 Pro for a few hours, and it's definitely a snappy device. I figured it would be. I mean, they wouldn't release something that's super laggy. Android 14.
A wallet thing on that drop down. Okay.
Definitely feels like Android 13 right now. Lots of great features built in here. And
look at that responsiveness, man. My phone is nowhere near to that point, guys. I got an 8-core. But that's a lot more responsive, guys.
The device itself feels really good in the hand. Wi-Fi 7 is super fast. It's really been taking advantage of my gig internet. I've only got a Wi-Fi 6 router right now, but I can get 780 down and 920 up.
Wow.
That's plenty when it comes to a Wi-Fi connection. Now, the first thing I really want to take a look at...
That's beautiful. Like, guys, that's the tools to make, like, a TikTok career out of. Bro, you got the good quality camera. Apologize, guys. Pickups and stuff. They got, like, a GERD or something.
Here are some benchmarks for this new G3 processor. I wanted to see what kind of performance
we can expect
from this device.
Oh yeah, this guy's the emulator, bro. I was about to mention like a emulation. Let's see if it can play Switch games.
Then we'll jump into some gaming and emulation. And for the first test, we've got Geekbench 6. I also wanted to face this off against the Galaxy S23 with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. On the left-hand side, we've got the Pixel 8 Pro coming in with a single core of 1,773, multi 4,551. As you can see, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 did beat it out in single and multi.
Okay, the Galaxy one is more expensive though, guys. Google could make more expensive phones if they wanted to. You know what I mean? It's still a great phone, guys.
Multi.
And we got Android 14 with the one on the left, so.
Moving over to a GPU benchmark, we've got 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme on the Pixel 8
man,
Pro,
these benchmarks.
2402.
Guys, what? Nah, man, Pixel 8. Guys, please tell me you can play, like, the Switch, at least, right? The Switch right out of the box, you know? Like, come on. Maybe, it might not be able to, though.
On the S23 Ultra, 3,685. So another win for the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, at least when it comes to raw GPU performance here with these synthetics. And the final one I ran was Antutu. And again, as you can see, that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 came ahead, but we did break 1 million points here with the Pixel 8 Pro. I know that these Pixel phones have never been really...
Guys, what's better than the S23 Ultra, though, guys? Seriously. What's beating out the S23 Ultra, guys? That's top of the line, right? Isn't it good? Maybe it's one of those probably one of those gaming phones.
About raw power, but I was kind of expecting a little more, at least with these synthetics. Hopefully, we can get some good gaming and emulation out of the way, so let's move over there now. Now it's time to check out some native Android gaming, and I started off with Minecraft here. Obviously, the device is going to run it, but I wanted to show you game mode. When you start up a game, you'll see a little icon. We've got a few things that we can mess around with in here, like YouTube live streaming.
Oh, that's cool.
Recording, do not disturb, leaderboards. There are games that do have optimizations. Basically, I think it just kills the RAM in the background. And my favorite, the on-screen FPS counter, just to let you know how good the game's running.
Woo.
This is a real-time FPS counter. It's not just the screen's refresh rate like a lot of them that you see on Google Play right now. And if you're interested in using a controller with the Pixel 8 Pro, the new Backbone 1 Android controller with USB Type-C does fit really nicely. And this is one of those controllers
Looks like
I've got a
it'll kill the
review on.
battery.
I'll leave a link in the description. One of my favorites right now. I just personally like these. But if you've already got a PS4, PS5, or an Xbox controller, you can connect it over Bluetooth and still.
But yeah, no headphone jack. That's out of the question. Sadly. At least my phone has a headphone jack. I don't really use it though. Not anymore. Now my headphones are 100% always plugged into my laptop.
Have a really good time with it. With Minecraft here, I do have the chunks turned way up. If you turn them down, you could run this at 120 Hertz if you wanted to. Next up, Call of Duty Mobile. We're at the highest settings and highest frame rate. Right now, I guess the phone isn't whitelisted to go up to 90 Hertz. I'm pretty sure we'd be able to run it there. We're at 60 right now, and the game is maxed out from the graphics settings. So yeah, it works really well here. I also tested out Asphalt 9 and PUBG at high settings. You can play those games.
Guys, I never tried COD Mobile, guys. And I finally have a phone that might be able to run it. We might gotta try it one day.
But one that gave me issues right now was Genshin Impact. So here it is at high settings, 60 FPS. I've got that frame counter on screen. We can't reach 60 FPS right now. And even if I take it to low, with everything exactly the same here, we're getting about the same frame rate. Now taking it up to the highest settings at 30 FPS, it runs great at 30. So what I'm thinking here, at least right now, we're not working with great optimizations for this new GPU. I know that this game could run on this at least medium settings, 60 FPS. But unfortunately, at the time of making this video, it's not looking great. And if you play this game on Android, you know that, they do spend a lot of time kind of optimizing for iOS, and we kind of get left in the dust. So I will be keeping an eye on the performance here in the next couple weeks.
Dang.
But now I want to move over to some emulation.
Alright, guys. Let's see how it fares up in the whole emulation, shindig, man.
And the first thing we have here is some PSP
5x res,
using a standalone version of PPSSPP. Ghost of Sparta, 5x resolution, Vulkan back-end,
no
running
8x.
at 60 FPS. We're getting great performance here, and I suspected we'd be able to run these games at full speed. Seeing how well it runs the God of War series with that upscale of 5x.
Guys, why does he look like he's running it on a different phone? This looks like he's running it on like one of those free phones that I'd always get back in the day, right? They really put the webcam right there like that. I don't know. It seems like it's run on a different phone.
The easier to emulate stuff is going to be no problem at all, even to go up a bit higher than that. Checking out some GameCube emulation using the Dolphin emulator. Here's F-Zero GX on one of the hardest tracks to emulate, and we're at 720p. But with this game, we do have a few weird graphical issues going on. Some of the assets are actually see-through, or you can see some stuff ahead of you, behind it. Not sure if it's going to come across that well in the video. And this only happens with the Vulkan backend, but unfortunately using OpenGL, we can only do...
Guys, it always happens with new phones. There's always like some problems when it comes down to emulation, bro.
Full speed here, 60 FPS at 1x.
Creating new challenges. For the devs, like, they could fix it on the phone end, like they can, or the emulator end. It depends on the emulator as well, guys.
Resolution. We can't upscale to 720, but with Vulkan, we can.
Woo.
And that was the only game I actually saw that on. I went through and tested a few different games. Here's some Wii. We've got Tatsunoko versus Capcom. 720p Vulkan backend. Really amazing performance here when it comes to Wii and GameCube emulation on an Android device. And finally, at least for this video, I wanted to check out some PS2. We're using Ether SX2, Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex, an easier one to emulate. And I started with this because I wanted to see how far we could take it up. We're at 4x resolution right now, and it does look great on this OLED display, but of course there are harder games to emulate.
Not bad, not bad.
So next up, we've got God of War.
We're trying to like see where he's probably gonna play Switch last. He might blur it out because that's what he did last time when he emulated Switch. But hey, PS2, okay.
2, and I'm at 2x resolution.
Guys, let me know in the comments below what kind of console is gonna like brick this, or it's gonna be hard for this this phone to run.
Back in at 60 FPS. I didn't see it dip down even when there's a lot of particles on screen. So far, the new Tensor G3 CPU is doing a pretty decent job with emulation. If you want to see a full showcase, let me know in the comments below. First impressions, I really like the device, but I am a Pixel fan in the first place. Now, it would have been nice to see a little better GPU and CPU performance, at least, in those synthetic benchmarks. Now, don't get me wrong, I mean, we've still got a pretty powerful device here. It's just not matching the performance of something like the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. And really, the extra horsepower that those chips put out do help out for gaming and emulation for sure, but with this, we do have 7 years of software.
Hey, when you get, they only have a year to update the software and the hardware. You get a phone that looks like the same phone. Straight up. It does what it's supposed to do, and that's a good point. Maybe I'll just go with this Pixel 7, guys. Just because it's cheaper. Like, I don't make a ton amount. I'll make a good amount right now, so.
Software updates. It's got an absolutely amazing
But it would be cool to have the Android 14, though.
Camera when it comes to just photos and videos. It is the best camera that I've seen on a mobile device so far. Of course, next week or next month, there'll be something else that outperforms it. That's exactly how tech works. It just keeps moving and moving and moving. But for right now, if you're into these Pixel devices, I can definitely recommend the Pixel 8 Pro. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. Really appreciate you watching. If there's anything else you want to see running on this, or if you got any questions, like if you want to see full emulation testing on this or more games, just let me know in the comments below. I can make another video. If you're interested in learning a little more, I'll leave some links down below. And like always, thanks.
Yep, thanks for watching as well, guys. Check out ETA Prime in the description. 7 years of updates sound good. Yeah, it's quite a bit. Yeah, maybe we'll get it, maybe not. I don't know, guys. I mean, hey, if someone wants to send me the money, I could buy one pretty quickly. Later, guys.